friends, it's Becky here with Bountifully Blessed. I just wanted to give you a small update on the garden tonight. I don't know if you guys struggle with the same thing that we have been, but the heat has definitely not been very successful with my tomatoes or my peppers. Any of my hot salsa blend peppers, they keep dropping their blossoms nonstop. And I have had my tomatoes very stunted. The tomatoes keep actually producing fruit, and then they stay microscopic in size. And that's been a little discouraging because we have had temperatures that have been consistently in the hundreds. And that has been very, very stressful on my plants. Some of them have not been setting fruit at all. Some of them have been setting fruit and it's not grown. But I have been extremely encouraged by my jalapeno plant. This one has been regrowing beautifully. This little guy got knocked over, if you remember. He got knocked over from severe winds and he is growing back absolutely incredible. I'm excited to see how well this guy takes off. My jalapeno here is doing phenomenal. It has got so far 3 nice size peppers, and it looks like there actually may be a couple more that I'm noticing tonight that may have just gotten pollinated within the last couple of days. And then we have our lovely Satan's Kiss pepper here, and this little guy looks like he's got some new peppers coming. This one right here, and I'm guessing probably somewhere else I saw one as well. Oh, this little guy right here. So these two are doing extremely well under the circumstances of the heat. These 3, however, I can't get them to produce anything. They all keep dropping their blossoms. It's very hard to tell. See, it's been so hot. All the ones I keep thinking that are going to produce something, they're dropping like hotcakes. So that's been a little discouraging because we have had such hot weather. I'm hoping that if I do decide to try these ones again, that it'll be less hot, because by the time that these guys are actually doing something worth having, it's going to be super late in the season. So that's a little discouraging, but I'm very excited for my jalapenos, and the Satan's Kiss is exploding as well. And then over here we have our lovely tomatoes. They are doing phenomenally considering the circumstances. I actually have this wonderful one hiding all the way back here. There is my first chocolate cherry tomato that is actually going to be ripened here very soon. I gotta see exactly how it's supposed to look. I've never grown these guys before, so I'm very excited to check him out. And I've got lots of new little guys coming in on here. Most of them have starting producing something, and then unfortunately they're not doing anything. A lot of them have just been severely stunted like this. They open up, very clearly produce something. You could see the little teeny tiny tomato, and then it doesn't do anything. So I've had that happening with a lot of my tomatoes, unfortunately. But on the bright note, I've never grown these wonderful Jubilee tomatoes, and they are just doing tremendously. I've not had one blossom drop on these. This guy's the big one, and then I thought that they were being very, very slow, but it seems like they just take a little bit extra time, and now these guys that were really, really small are starting to get really big. So I'm very encouraged by that. Out of all of the tomatoes, my pineapple heirloom keeps getting these beautiful blossoms on it, just like this. And I have one that actually looked like it actually held something. Let's see, where did he go? Over here. And then it looks like he dried up or something, because he just keeps producing all these beautiful blossoms and then nothing's coming from them, which has been very discouraging with this guy. He just is not having much success with that, but I've never grown that kind of heirloom. They're supposed to get pretty big. Same thing going on with my Romas. I keep calling them Romas. They are a type of Roma tomato. My San Marzano tomatoes. And they keep doing the same thing. They'll produce something, look like they're gonna fruit, and then nothing. All of these are like that. These have been like this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Same with these guys down here. They started something. Some of them started a little tiny something and then nothing. So far I have one that's actually done something. These guys are all just staying itty bitty, and I can't figure out why. I can only assume it has to do with the heat. And then this guy's got one more coming in up here that's actually been growing. So that's been encouraging. Because these ones were actually the main ones I was hoping to grow this year for their tomatoes, for some good sauces, but they've been very, very stunted. So I know the heat has not been my friend. So clearly it's not been my friend to my plants, which has been a little sad, but at the end of the day, I cannot control that. I can just keep them as moist and as cool as possible. So I'm excited for the tomatoes that I do have coming. My Jubilee tomatoes so far have been the most successful, even though I haven't been able to harvest anything from them yet because it has been so hot. And obviously they're a big tomato, but I'm very encouraged by that because of how none of the blossoms have dropped on any of those, which has been really, really encouraging for me. So I'm very excited to see how those turn out. So that's kind of my mini garden tour. It's kind of my update here. Got some peppers coming, some jalapenos, which I'm very excited for. And we do have some tomatoes coming. We're gonna get to try our very first chocolate cherry tomato. So I'll have to see what they're supposed to look like officially when they are 100% ripe, and we will get to try them out, which I'm very stoked for. So anywho, I will let you go this evening. I trust that you've had a wonderful day, and I hope that you will be bountifully blessed.